Throughout history, numerous individuals with dwarfism have found themselves intertwined in the intricate tapestries of royal courts worldwide. Yet, paradoxically, despite their intimate association with royalty, their narratives have often been relegated to the sidelines of history books. They were neither kings nor renowned warriors, but their presence resonated throughout the halls of power, shaping the cultural and social norms of their time. This documentary delves into the enigmatic roles these individuals with dwarfism inhabited, exploring the societal perceptions and dynamics that both elevated and marginalized them within the heart of monarchies. Join me as we embark on a journey to uncover the multifaceted lives of dwarfs at the royal courts, shedding light on their contributions, challenges, and the enduring impact they had on the course of history. In the grand theater of royal courts, dwarfs played a myriad of roles, each contributing to the rich tapestry of life during different historical eras. Their presence was neither accidental nor superficial, but a deliberate choice that reflected the values, beliefs, and power dynamics of the times. As royal attendants, they provided essential services to monarchs and nobles, offering companionship, assistance, and a sense of familiarity. They were entrusted with tasks ranging from dressing and grooming to carrying out personal errands. This level of intimacy granted them a unique vantage point into the private lives of the nobility, witnessing both the opulence and the vulnerabilities of those in power. Entertainers were an integral part of courtly life, providing amusement and diversion for the royal court. Musicians, actors, and acrobats were highly regarded, and their performances were a source of entertainment during banquets, festivals, and private gatherings. They used their talents to delight and captivate audiences, adding a touch of magic and wonder to courtly proceedings. The role of dwarfs as companions was equally important. Their ability to form close bonds with royalty, particularly children, provided solace and amusement. They accompanied royals during hunts, walks, and leisure activities, offering a sense of camaraderie and shared joy. The affection between dwarfs and their royal charges often transcended social boundaries, creating heartwarming narratives of loyalty and friendship. As ambassadors, dwarfs played a significant role in diplomacy. They were occasionally sent on special missions to represent the monarch, carrying messages, gifts, or even serving as diplomatic representatives at international courts. Their unusual nature made them memorable, ensuring that their mission and the ruler they represented would be talked about for years. Some dwarves held positions of trust, acting as gatekeepers or guards, responsible for protecting the entrances to royal palaces or chambers. Their stature and alertness made them effective sentinels, capable of quickly sounding the alarm if needed. While their physical strength may not have been imposing, their strategic placement underscored the importance of their role in courtly security. Finally, it's crucial to acknowledge that many dwarfs actively resisted these roles and sought to carve out their own paths in life. Some became accomplished scholars, authors, or intellectuals, challenging the limitations imposed on them. They pursued knowledge and self-enrichment, leaving behind valuable contributions in various fields. And it's important to recognize that the experiences of dwarfs at royal courts were not homogeneous. While some enjoyed relative privilege and respect, others faced exploitation, abuse, and confinement. In the intricate hierarchy of royal courts, dwarfs occupied a unique position that was both privileged and precarious. Their presence was a deliberate choice by rulers who sought to enhance their court as a lure and reinforce their own power. Rulers often acquired dwarfs through family connections, trade networks, or as diplomatic gifts, recognizing that possessing dwarfs was a symbol of wealth, exoticism, and spiritual favor. A dwarf's rarity and distinctiveness made them a coveted possession, a living embodiment of the ruler's power and prestige. The inclusion of dwarfs in royal courts was not merely a personal preference, but a calculated move to project an image of grandeur and exclusivity. The deliberate inclusion of dwarfs in royal ceremonies, processions, and banquets was a theatrical display designed to awe and impress. Their distinctive appearance served as a constant reminder of the ruler's unique standing and the magnificence of their court. By showcasing dwarfs, rulers affirmed their connection to the divine right of kings and asserted their superiority over ordinary subjects. Many dwarfs were highly visible symbols of royal power, accompanying monarchs during public appearances, riding in golden howdah, or parading in elaborate costumes. This visibility, however, often came at a cost, as dwarfs were frequently paraded as human curiosities rather than individuals with agency. Their bodies became canvases for projecting the ruler's image, and their actions were choreographed for the amusement of the court and onlookers. It's important to highlight that the relationship between dwarfs and royalty was not always characterized by harmony and mutual respect. There were instances of mistreatment, confinement, and exploitation. Some dwarfs were relegated to menial tasks or forced to perform for the amusement of the court. They were subjected to ridicule, mockery, and at times ill treatment. The rise and fall of monarchies across Europe had a profound impact on the lives of dwarfs, shaping their roles, status, and ultimately their fate. During the peak of monarchical power, dwarfs were highly sought after, prized possessions that symbolized the ruler's wealth and extravagance. The French Sun King, Louis XIV, is infamous for his extravagant court and his collection of dwarfs who performed for his amusement. Similarly, the British royal family had a long tradition of employing dwarfs, with Queen Victoria owning a menagerie of over 200 dwarfs at one point. However, as monarchies began to decline during the 18th and 19th centuries, the demand for dwarfs at court started to diminish. The waning of royal fortunes and shifting social norms led to a decline in the use of dwarfs as symbols of power and prestige. With the Industrial Revolution and the rise of Enlightenment ideals, there was a growing emphasis on rationality, logic, and the scientific method. This intellectual movement challenged long-held beliefs and practices, including the use of dwarves in royal courts. Enlightenment thinkers questioned the morality of exhibiting dwarfs as human curiosities and demanded greater recognition of their rights and dignity. The French Revolution and the subsequent Napoleonic era marked a significant turning point. The overthrow of the monarchy and the rise of republicanism led to a rejection of the symbols and practices of the Ancien Regime, including the use of dwarves in royal courts. Napoleon Bonaparte's conquest of Europe contributed to the decline of monarchies, further diminishing the demand for dwarfs as court entertainers. The emergence of new artistic movements and intellectual currents also played a role. Romanticism, with its focus on emotion, individualism, and the sublime, diverted attention away from the artificial spectacle of court life. This shift in artistic sensibilities led to a decline in the portrayal of dwarfs as court entertainers. By the 19th century, the role of dwarfs in royal courts had largely diminished due to a combination of factors, including the decline of monarchies, changing social norms, and the rise of new artistic and intellectual movements. They were no longer seen as symbols of royal power or courtly entertainment. Instead, there was a growing recognition of their humanity and the need to treat them with respect and dignity. In the grand narrative of history, the story of dwarfs at royal courts often gets overshadowed, relegated to the margins as mere curiosities or footnotes. But their experiences tell a layered tale of inclusion, exploitation, brilliance, and resilience. If you enjoyed this journey through time and want to keep exploring the hidden narratives of history, please remember to subscribe and leave a comment below with your thoughts. Your engagement fuels our passion to keep bringing these stories to life. Together, we can ensure that these voices, though small in stature, resonate loudly in the corridors of history. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening journey. Until next time, stay curious and keep asking questions.